Boys and girls, you are going to need your reading book and turn to page 135. You can pause this as you get your reading book. This is another informational text, just like we read yesterday. It's nonfiction. That means this could really happen. It gives us facts about a topic. Today it's called Places in My Neighborhood by Shelley Lyons. So just by the title, we know it's probably going to talk about places in our neighborhood. I want you to think about places you know that are in your neighborhood. I'm sure you have houses. I'm sure you have probably stores. You might even have a fire station. You may have a post office. You might have a gas station. You could even have a police station in your neighborhood. We're going to be reading about some places you might find in your neighborhood. On this first picture, we see a fire truck. Where would you find a fire truck? Yes, in a neighborhood. So we are going, you would find a fire truck in a neighborhood in the fire station. We're going to be reading the informational text called Places in My Neighborhood to see if we can find out information. Okay, turn the page and let's look at that page. Okay, put your finger under the words as Mrs. Wood reads. A neighborhood is a community filled with different places to see. Each place has a special purpose that meets our needs. Now, what does this page tell about? Yes, it talks about what a neighborhood is. The text starts with a big red question. What is a neighborhood? So this question is answered in this. A neighborhood is a community with lots of different places. We can see a community at the top, a neighborhood. It might look quite different than our neighborhoods. This looks like a city with big tall buildings and lots of cars. We do not live in a big city like that. Okay, the next page in red words, it says places to live. That's the heading of this. So I bet this is going to talk about places to live. Maya's home is in the city. Her apartment is in a building with many other apartments. Some of you may live in an apartment. You can look up here at the top. These are probably apartment buildings. They have more than one apartment in it. Apartment is a little spot that has maybe a couple of bedrooms. It may have a living room in it, a kitchen, but it's not usually really big. And there's several families living together. Each family usually lives in a different apartment. So this is a city. You can see many houses and apartment. So places to live would be a city, wouldn't it? And in the city is an apartment. Let's turn the page. We're still learning about places to live. Jack lives in a house in a small town. His street is lined with homes. Okay, so he lives in a house. Many of you may live in a house because we do live in a small town. The town is called Bassett, and our street usually has many houses on it. On the next page, the heading says places to keep us safe. So let's find out about places to keep us safe. Just by looking at the picture, I see a fire truck. So one place to keep us safe, people that keep us safe would be a fireman. Carlos visits the fire station in his neighborhood. The firefighters rush to put out a fire. So firefighters can keep us safe, and they keep their trucks at a fire station. Let's find out someone else that might keep us safe. Devon visits the police station. The officer tells him not to talk to strangers. Okay, so this is another place that keeps you safe. Here's the police station. Here's a police car, a policewoman, and she's helping the little boy. She's telling him not to talk to strangers. Okay, someone else you would find at your neighborhood that might help you. At the clinic, a nurse gives Lila a shot. She feels better when she gets a bandage. So sometimes when we're sick, we may get a shot from a doctor or a nurse. We may go to the doctor's office or somewhere called a clinic, and they take care of you when you're sick or when you get hurt. Okay, another heading, places to find things. Where in your neighborhood would you go to find things? Where does this look like? It looks like a library, doesn't it? It kind of reminds me of our school library. It has lots of bookshelves and places for people to look at books. I like to sit at a table and read books, just like Justin is doing in this photo here. Let's read. Justin bikes to the library in his neighborhood. He checks out books about dinosaurs. Now, why would Justin bike to the library? Bike means he rides his bike. Yes, he probably lives pretty close to the library to be able to ride his bike there. Wonder why he checks out books about dinosaurs. Probably because he likes dinosaurs, or he wants to find out more about dinosaurs. That's the kind of books I usually check out at the library, is books that I like, things I like to read about. Somewhere else is a place to find things. Jen wants fruit and milk. At the grocery store, her dad finds fresh grapefruit. Okay, so we may have a grocery store near you in your neighborhood. Maybe you live near Food Line. Maybe you've been to Walmart before. These are some grocery stores that you can buy. And we can tell here that Jen likes fruit and milk. Think about what else she might buy at the grocery store. Think about what you buy at the grocery store. Okay. Neighborhoods can be big or small. What places do you see in your neighborhood? Think about some things that you see in your neighborhood. Talk to your mom or dad or brother or sister and tell them some places you see in your neighborhood.